Hi, it's you and Ellery here making bonsai in Australia, and in this video I'm doing an update on a couple of jacarandas. So I made a video a year ago where I did my first update on my jacarandas. So this one had actually grown from a hardwood cutting. I'd initially rooted it in a bit of water on my windowsill. And then yeah, it's been growing pretty well since then. This one I actually pulled out. It was just a bit of a stump in the backyard at one of my old houses, and I had pulled it out, and there was hardly any roots on it, and I thought it was going to die. Put it in a pot and it happened to live anyway, and it's been growing quite well since then. So it's now approaching the end of winter. Natural Queensland behaviour, everything is kicking into gear a little bit soon, so it's basically coming into spring. There's a lot of new shooting happening around the place, so I'd pruned this one back pretty severely, coming into winter once all of the leaves had kind of died back. So I'm going to let this one grow. I've repotted a couple of times. It's in a pretty good pot. It's nowhere near root bound yet, so I'm just going to let this one grow this season, get a lot thicker down below, and there's a couple shoots just coming off the very base, so there's a high chance that with time I might even end up cutting all of this back and letting those grow just to get better taper, but we shall see. But the main thing today I'm going to do is, given this one's already got quite a bit of thickness at the base of the trunk, I'm just going to have a look at the roots that I've got to how they've grown, and then repot it. So I'll probably just put it into a very slightly larger training pot, just a bit of a better pot. You might recall from the last video, and I will leave a link to that last video up above so you can check it out, but you might recall that I did also have another jacaranda. So that one I've actually just yesterday put that in the soil in my backyard, so I'll leave a photo so you can see. But yeah, with having these recently shooting, it's the coming into spring, getting new foliage, it's the perfect time to start doing repotting. So I've been doing a bit of work in the yard, so I put that small one out in the yard just so it can get a lot of vigour moving forward. And I did the same with a whole bunch of pomegranates that I've actually that I grew from seed. So a whole bunch of them were starting to sprout, so I put them into new pots and put one in the ground as well. So we're really starting to get quite a decent amount of roots coming. So it was originally, when I planted it, basically just this taproot. It was really crap soil, really shallow soil that it was growing in. So yeah, it's doing quite well. So I'm just putting it back into a training pot, and this is actually pretty good soil already. There's a lot of jacarandas like really well draining soil. There's a lot of stones, a lot of good drainage material, a bit of sand. Yeah, really good soil for jacaranda. So given it was already in really good soil for it, I'll just put it back in the pot. It's got that really long taproot, but it gets significantly thinner as you go further down it. So that being the case, I can't pull it back to this and use this root plane, because then I've got inverse taper. So I'm going to have to get rid of all of that. Won't want that in future. So given I've got roots higher up, get rid of that bottom part. So then it's just going to be about working with these roots, and I've got a fair few, just pruning them so they're not too long. I've got a fair few coming out at this kind of location, so I might use that. This one just sticks up like crazy. Bring that back. Now, this is the original stump that I'd had, and I'd had, there wasn't much. There was a small bud that originally took off from the top there. There's a fair bit of damage from when people had tried ripping this out previously, and then I've since had a couple branches bud back a bit further. So I could leave these to grow, get a lot more thickness, but what I think I'm going to do is get rid of the scarring, pull it back significantly, quite far back, And then start having this as the new leader, just to get a significant taper right from the start, and then I can start having this kind of catching up. So to do that, because this is a prominent branch, if I prune it straight back, there's high likelihood it will die back further and kill this off. So it'll look ugly for now, but just in the interest of preserving the tree, prune it back with a fair bit to go. So that'll die back, and then later on I can clean that up. So put this in the pot, and I'll just put a bit of bonsai soil on top. So quite a good mix, this one. It's been working quite well. So I do have a video where I actually made this mix, so I'll leave another link up above so you can check that out. Now I'll give this a water. So just a really basic root pruning today, just given it hasn't had enough root structure previously for me to really be worth my time working on it and pruning it back. So significant amount of roots now, just starting to come into spring, so a good time to work on it and putting it back into good soil. And I'm also hoping get a bit more vigor in this tree, and significant amount of vigor from the one that I've planted in the yard. Look, I hope you've enjoyed this video or taken something from it. If you have, then please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so that you're notified with my future videos as I release them. But look, thanks for your time today. Enjoy. Bye.